So, you see these videos, right? Supercars, skyscrapers touching the clouds, influencers living this insane, tax-free dream life. That's the Dubai they sell you. It's a highlight reel, a perfectly curated Instagram feed, designed to make you feel like you're missing out. I get it. The ambition, the scale, it's mind-blowing. They built a metropolis in the middle of the desert, a testament to human will, to what's possible with unlimited resources and a singular vision. But that's just one side of the coin, the shiny side they polish for tourists and investors. But what about the other side? The side you don't see in vlogs or travel brochures. The side cropped out of the picture. The real story matters. Not the marketing pitch. The real story is more complicated, darker, and far more interesting than luxury shopping or desert safaris. A city of immense contrast. Every single one of these magnificent towers, the Burj Khalifa, the Marina skyscrapers, they represent a human cost. The story that isn't etched into their glass and steel facades is the one about the people who built them. We see the finished product, this awe-inspiring skyline from the future. We marvel at the engineering, the sheer audacity, but we're disconnected from the process. This glittering city was built on the backs of millions of migrant workers, primarily from South Asia. They leave their homes, they leave their families chasing a promise of a better life, sending money back to loved ones. They are the invisible engine powering constant development, but their Dubai is worlds away from what tourists see. Long hours, low wages, a life lived in the shadows of the very structures they helped create. While tourists check into five-star hotels with infinity pools, a significant portion of Dubai's workforce lives in a completely different reality. We're talking about labor camps on the outskirts of the city, far from the prying eyes of visitors. These are sprawling complexes, basic, often overcrowded dormitories. Imagine 10 men sharing a single small room, sometimes 12. Men bunk beds stacked high, limited personal space and privacy. Dubai's growth isn't just fast, it's relentless. This isn't organic expansion, it's a calculated top-down strategy to cement the city's place on the global stage. There's a constant, almost feverish pressure to build bigger, taller, and more extravagantly than any rival city. Each new skyscraper is a statement, a beacon for international investment and tourism. This build it and they will come philosophy means that on the ground, deadlines are everything. Project managers and engineers are under immense pressure to deliver on time and on budget, creating a high-stakes environment where corners can be cut. The hidden cost of this breakneck pace is often safety. While official statistics are hard to come by, reports from human rights organizations and anecdotal evidence from workers paint a grim picture. Accidents on construction sites, falls from scaffolding, equipment malfunctions, heat exhaustion turning fatal, are a tragic reality that rarely makes international headlines. Think about the sheer number of active construction sites at any given moment. It's a 24/7 operation, a city that literally never stops building. This relentless cycle puts immense strain not just on the workers, but on the infrastructure itself. The focus is always on the new, the next big thing. As a result, older buildings, sometimes only a decade or two old, can be neglected. Maintenance schedules are deferred and issues like compromised fire safety systems or facade degradation become quiet risks. The long-term environmental and structural consequences of building a metropolis on sand are still not fully understood. It's a massive gamble on perpetual growth, and the true cost might not be known for decades. But this gamble is built on a foundation of stark inequality. In Dubai, the gap between the rich and the poor isn't just a gap, it's a canyon, carved by design. On one side, you have a hyper-elite class enjoying a level of opulence that is almost unimaginable. This is the world of the 1%, flaunted openly and without apology. We're talking private jets as daily commuters, gold-plated sports cars, and sprawling penthouse apartments that cost more than a small town. It's the core of the city's brand, a playground for the ultra-wealthy. But on the other side of that canyon is the vast, often invisible service class that makes this lifestyle possible. They are the cleaners, the drivers, the nannies, the retail workers, and the security guards. Many of these individuals earn a monthly salary that someone from the elite class might spend on a single dinner. They live in shared accommodations, often in cramped dormitories on the city's fringe, far from the glamour they help maintain. They send the majority of their earnings home to support families they may not see for years at a time, and have little to no chance of upward mobility within this rigid social structure. This disparity creates a precarious existence for everyone. For the wealthy, the pressure to maintain a high-flying lifestyle is immense. But in Dubai, there is no bankruptcy protection, as it's understood in the West. Debt is a criminal offense. If you bounce a check or default on a loan, you can face prison. This has led to the infamous phenomenon of expats suddenly finding themselves in financial ruin, abandoning their luxury cars at the airport and fleeing the country to avoid jail time. The legal system, based on Sharia law, is strict and uncompromising, extending far beyond financial matters. Public displays of affection, drinking alcohol without a license, or even sharing a hotel room as an unmarried couple can lead to severe penalties. While these laws are sometimes relaxed for tourists in designated zones, the underlying rules remain. For the millions of residents, navigating this legal landscape is a daily reality. It's a system that demands conformity and offers little room for error, creating a society where one wrong step can have life-altering consequences. Chapter 7. The Unbearable Heat. Let's talk about something fundamental, something that dictates the very rhythm of life in Dubai. The weather. Dubai is built in a desert, this is obvious, but the sheer oppressive brutality of the summer heat is hard to comprehend until you experience it. For nearly half the year, from May to September, temperatures routinely soar to 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, that's 113 to 122 Fahrenheit, with suffocating humidity that makes the air feel thick and heavy. During these months, life doesn't just slow down, it moves indoors entirely. The city becomes a hermetically sealed network of air-conditioned tunnels, connecting homes, offices, malls, and cars. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's an existential threat. The term uninhabitable is being used by climate scientists to describe what this region could become by the end of the century, if global temperatures continue to rise. For the millions of outdoor workers, this heat is not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. While midday work bans are in place during the hottest months, the physical toll is immense, with studies linking the extreme conditions to a rise in chronic kidney disease. This is the city's greatest battle, fought not with money, but against nature itself. Chapter 8. The Environmental Paradox. To combat the heat, Dubai has engineered an artificial climate, but this solution creates a profound paradox. The city has one of the largest per capita carbon footprints on the planet. This is a fact. The indoor ski slopes, the countless swimming pools, the lush green golf courses in the middle of the desert, and the very act of keeping millions of people cool. It all requires a staggering amount of energy and water. The primary source for this water is desalination, an incredibly energy-intensive process that pumps highly saline, chemical-laden brine back into the Gulf, devastating marine ecosystems. To its credit, the UAE is investing heavily in renewable energy, like the massive Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park. But these efforts are in a constant race against the ever-growing demands of a city that defies its own environment. Chapter 9. The kafala system. The gleaming towers and luxurious lifestyles are built and maintained by a vast workforce of migrant laborers. Their lives are governed by a controversial sponsorship system known as kafala. Under this system, a worker's legal status is tied directly to their employer or sponsor. This creates a severe power imbalance. Historically, it meant employers could hold workers' passports and control their ability to change jobs or even leave the country. The UAE has introduced significant reforms in recent years, officially ending the requirement for employers to hold passports and allowing workers more freedom to switch jobs. However, human rights organizations argue that the fundamental power dynamic remains. The sponsor still controls the visa, and the fear of reprisal, job loss, and deportation is a powerful tool for control, leaving many workers vulnerable to exploitation. Chapter 10. The Watchful Eye. Dubai is often ranked as one of the safest cities in the world. A key component of this safety is a pervasive and technologically advanced surveillance network. Thousands of cameras, many equipped with facial recognition technology, monitor nearly every public space. This digital oversight extends beyond physical streets. The government heavily monitors internet traffic, blocking access to certain websites and services, and scrutinizing social media. While this is framed as essential for security and maintaining social order, it comes at the cost of privacy and freedom of expression. Publicly criticizing the government, its rulers, or its policies is a serious offense that can lead to severe consequences. For residents, there's an unspoken understanding: enjoy the safety and the lifestyle, but do not challenge the system that provides it. Chapter 11. The Influencer Economy. In the digital age, Dubai has cultivated a new kind of asset, the social media influencer. The city's hyper-photogenic backdrop of futuristic skylines, luxury resorts, and desert vistas makes it a magnet for content creators. They project an image of a perpetual vacation, a fantasy life made real. This is no accident. It's a deliberate strategy. Influencers are offered incentives, and in 2018 the government introduced official licenses, formalizing their role as marketers for the city. They are a key part of Dubai's soft power, selling the dream to a global audience. But this curated reality has its limits. The content rarely, if ever, touches on the complex issues simmering beneath the surface, the lives of the workers who build the city, the environmental costs, or the restrictions on speech. The influencer's lens shows a beautiful, polished, and incomplete picture, reinforcing the very narrative the city wants the world to see. Chapter 12. The Tax-Free Mirage. Tax-free. It's the magic phrase, the powerful siren song that has lured millions of ambitious professionals and entrepreneurs to Dubai's shimmering shores. The promise is simple and profoundly attractive. Keep every single dirham you earn. No income tax. It sounds like the ultimate financial dream, a fast track to wealth in a city that epitomizes prosperity. But the reality is far more complex. The government, like any other, needs revenue to build and maintain this desert metropolis, and it makes its money in other, less direct ways, through a multitude of fees and indirect costs that can quickly add up, creating a system of stealth taxation. Nothing is truly free. First, there's a 5% value-added tax on most goods and services. Then come the creative levies, so-called knowledge fees and innovation fees, are tacked onto almost every government transaction, from renewing your visa to paying a traffic fine. The Salik road toll system charges you every time you pass under a gate on major highways. There are import duties on goods and significant taxes on alcohol and tobacco. But the biggest hidden cost is the sheer price of existence. Rent is notoriously high, often demanding a full year's payment upfront in 1 or 2 checks, a massive financial barrier for newcomers. Utility bills, especially for the electricity required to run essential air conditioning for most of the year, can be astronomical. And if you have a family, international school fees are among the highest in the world, easily consuming a large portion of a professional salary. Furthermore, in 2023, the UAE introduced a 9% federal corporate tax, signaling a fundamental shift away from its tax-free reputation. So while you're not paying income tax directly, and for the highest earners the net benefit can still be substantial compared to their home countries, a significant portion of your salary is still being chipped away by the high cost of living and a complex web of government-imposed fees. The tax-free label is a brilliant piece of marketing, but it's not the full story. Chapter 13. The Price of Health. In your home country, you might take for granted that if you have an accident, an ambulance will come and you'll be treated with the cost sorted out later. Well, in Dubai, the system is different. Healthcare is a business, a highly profitable one. Mandatory health insurance is required for all residents to even obtain or renew a visa. But the quality and coverage of these plans vary wildly. The basic mandatory plans often provided to lower-income workers are notoriously thin. They come with high deductibles, significant co-payments, and a long list of exclusions. They may only be accepted at a limited network of clinics, and may not cover major procedures, chronic conditions, or specialized treatments, leaving you with crippling out-of-pocket bills. The costs are astronomical. A simple ER visit for a minor issue can run into thousands of dirhams. Calling an ambulance itself can incur a significant fee, sometimes over 1,000 dirhams, before any treatment even begins. A major surgery, cancer treatment, or an extended hospital stay in an ICU can financially ruin someone without adequate premium insurance. Stories circulate of expats having to crowdfund to cover unexpected medical emergencies that their insurance refused to pay for. In some documented cases, hospitals have refused to discharge patients until their bills are paid in full, effectively holding them hostage until family members can wire the funds. This system creates a clear, tiered approach to well-being. Your access to quality, timely care is directly tied to your financial standing and the quality of the insurance package your employer provides, or that you can afford to purchase yourself. For many, it's a constant, underlying anxiety in a city that demands you stay healthy to stay employed. The images are famous: dusty Ferraris, Lamborghinis abandoned at the airport, keys still in the ignition. It's become a modern myth, a symbol of Dubai's excess. The story is that expats facing financial ruin, imprisonment over debt, flee the country leaving their expensive cars behind, because they can't be sold quickly enough. And while this does happen, it's not as common as the legend suggests. Most of the abandoned luxury cars you see in police impound lots are not from fleeing expats. They're often impounded for serious traffic violations, extreme speeding, or part of ongoing financial or criminal investigations. The cars can sit for years accumulating dust and fines, tangled in legal battles. The myth is more exciting, but the reality is more mundane. Legal bureaucracy, financial disputes, the consequences of reckless behavior in a city with zero tolerance. Dubai is a city built on image. Status is currency. The car you drive, the watch on your wrist, the neighborhood you live in, the brunch spot you're seen at. These are all markers that define your place in the social hierarchy. This creates immense pressure to keep up. For all the talk of people flocking to Dubai, there's also a constant quiet exodus. Many expats have a 5-year plan. They come, they work hard, they save money, then they leave. The city has a transient nature. It's a great place to make money. For many, it's not a place to build a life. Lack of a clear path to permanent residency or citizenship is a major factor. You can live there 30 years but remain a temporary guest. That feeling of impermanence leads to burnout. Far from family. Extreme summer heat. Cultural pressures. People realize the trade-offs aren't worth the tax-free salary. Lack of certain freedoms. High cost of living. Social pressures. They don't make a big fuss. They finish their contract, pack their bags, quietly move on. Another face in the city's perpetual churn. Dubai's entire economic model is built on being a hub for finance, for tourism, for logistics.